Hello, everybody. My name is Joshua Huff, and I've been a Christian for about 15 years now. I grew up in a Christian home. My dad was a pastor, and both my parents were church planners. We went to church every week. My parents taught me about God, and when I was about 11 years old, I realized that I needed to have my own personal relationship with God, and so I asked Jesus into my life, and I was saved back in 2005. My dad baptized me in a swimming pool, and from that moment on, I just couldn't get enough of church. We attended the Sunday morning service of our local church, and I begged my parents if I could start going to the evening services as well, and they did let me go. Around seventh or eighth grade, I attached myself to some friends that were not very good influences on me. I began cussing a lot and lying, and was introduced to pornography. I really struggled with all those things for years and years to come, and Satan really had my ear. I believed the lie that I was not really saved, and so I would ask Jesus to come into my heart every single week. We would go to church. Eventually, my family actually drifted away from the church. My dad left being a pastor, and my parents actually ended up getting divorced about 15 years ago. Um, and I started believing the lie that my testimony was not worth sharing. It wasn't unique. It was just vanilla. I mean, I grew up in a Christian household. I was a pastor's kid. I was saved at a young age. I didn't believe that my testimony really had any power to make a difference. You hear these testimonies about people that were saved from, serious drug addiction, or they were on the brink of death, or they were brought out of a gang, or homelessness, or it's just some miraculous stories. And unfortunately, it's stifled the sharing of my story for many years. But several years ago, I rededicated my life to Christ with my now wife, and I gave him all my issues, the foul language, and the lying, and the pornography addiction. He transformed my life in these areas, and he reminded me that every person needs a savior. It was a miracle that Jesus came down from heaven. He lived a perfect life, and he went and he died on the cross to be the substitute for me and to pay the price for all of my sin. He saved me. He paid the price for all of my sin. Every sin I've ever committed, every sin I ever will commit. He changed me from a foul-mouthed, lying porn addict, not to a perfect man, but to a progressing man. And like Revelation 12:11 says, I will triumph by the blood of the Lamb and the word of my testimony. So I just encourage all of you to never be ashamed of your testimony, because your story can be used to touch people that no one else's story can reach. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing each and every one of your testimonies, and I will talk to you then. Thanks.